Number 11. Which statement best describes the relationship between the products of photosynthesis and the reactants of cellular respiration? All right, so a couple important things to remember. First of all, remember that products are going to be something that we end with, and reactants are going to be what we start with. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is remind ourselves, what do we end with? What are the products of photosynthesis? So remember that the whole goal of photosynthesis is for an autotroph, an organism that can make its own food, to make glucose, that's the sugar, and then it's also going to release oxygen as a gas. Looking at the reactants, or what we start with in cellular respiration, remember that cellular respiration is the process that all eukaryotic organisms go through. So all organisms that have a nucleus, this includes both plants and animals. So we're thinking about, what do we start with? What are the reactants of cellular respiration? And an easy way to remember this is thinking about yourself, because you are an animal. Okay, we do two things every day. We eat, and when we talk about food in biology, we are referring to glucose, or the sugar. And then we also have to breathe, and the gas that we breathe in is oxygen. So looking back at what our question is asking, it's asking us for the relationship between the products, what we end with, which we said is glucose and oxygen, and the reactants of cellular respiration, or what we start with, which is also glucose and oxygen. So reading our answer choices, A, the products of photosynthesis, what we have here, serve as the reactants in cellular respiration. So what were the products are now the reactants in the opposite. That's a true statement, so we like that one so far. B, the products of photosynthesis combine with the reactants in cellular respiration to remove ATP from cells. Okay, remember, we're not trying to remove ATP in either one of these processes. In cellular respiration, we're trying to make ATP, so this answer choice doesn't make sense. C, the products of photosynthesis inhibit, that means stop, the reactants in cellular respiration in the presence of light. So glucose and oxygen aren't stopping cellular respiration from happening. Or D, the products of photosynthesis change the structure, remember structure is going to be shape, of the reactants in cellular respiration in the presence of light. Okay, again, glucose and oxygen aren't changing the structure of anything. So our best answer is A.